Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dylan. Thanks for making our time to attend today our Zoom session. And I will start now. Basically, today's session will take probably about 30 to 40 minutes. And if you have any question, feel free to jot it down first. Later, during our Q&A session, you can type the question in the chat box. Yeah. So very quickly, we will begin now. Yeah. And today's session is about frying oil shelf life extender, optimizing frying oil usage while improving product quality. And our target audience mainly are fry food, snack food, food service restaurant, and more. Yeah. Because this product is considered quite a good timing for us to share more the knowledge. We spread the knowledge to you all because even now most of the cost of the ingredient are going out, and then especially palm oil is also one of it. And during these 2 years plus of the challenging time, I guess hopefully we can all stay together, help each other, and we support each other. And definitely we hope this ingredient can be helpful to your company or your products. Yeah. Okay. So this is my profile. Basically, I'm a food ingredient specialist, and I'm the business manager in BizCam Technology. Okay, so very quickly, today contents mainly is we'll talk briefly on the product's manufacturer, which is Prasan Solution, then the product intro. The product code name is Presol NTS10. Yeah? Then we'll have the FAQ, then end of session. So Prasan Solution, India Private Limited. Who is Prasan Solution? They are globally known for developing natural plant-based food solutions for preservation and for coloring of food products. The company has an array of products meeting the international standard of quality, developed systematically by implementing the finance practice and chemistry. So extensive research and development facility and exploring large horizon in food, cosmetic, health, and wellness segment. In short, Prasan Solution is a advanced technology company focusing in food products development. Yeah. So what Prasan Solution can offer? Basically, they have three main category of products, which is natural vegetable oil preservative. Although it sounds preservative is the word being used here, actually is the antioxidant. Also, today the main product NTS10. We will elaborate more as we go along in the coming slides. Yeah. Then second products is the natural meat or sauce preservative. Yeah. This could be used in the filling, soup, sauces, and so on. Then they also have natural colors, plant-based color. And all of their products are halal, kosher, and FSSC certified, and also non-GMO. And this is their product brand name. Yeah. Presol would be the one that today our main highlight, whereby Robust is more on the natural color. So presently, industry coverage by Prasan, they have quite a focus on just three main category of product, but they cover a wide range of customer base in the food industry. Yeah. So definitely they have covered confectionery, bakery chain, cloud kitchen, QSR, ready to eat, sauces, jam, ice cream, sweets, wafer, and even edible oil manufacturers. Just an overview. Yeah. Then quickly we will talk about the products NTS10 natural preservative for vegetable oil, bracket frying oil shelf life extender. This is the key highlight of the product, shelf life extender, but the product name they call it preservative for vegetable oil, whereby NTS10 is the code name. Yeah. And don't worry about this. Later we'll share with you inside what are the ingredients. So what is NTS10? NTS10 product name, as mentioned, preservative for vegetable oil. It applies to a huge range of vegetable oil. Product code is NTS10. And description, the product is a free-flowing liquid obtained by formulation with natural rosemary extract, mixed tocopherol, and lecithin. These three are the main ingredients inside NTS10. And then the remaining is just vegetable oil as a carrier. Yeah? So rosemary extract, mixed toco, which is the vitamin E, and then lecithin. All these three are plant-based. Yeah? So we could say this is 100% for plant. derived from plant and is even suitable for kosher. Kosher. It also comes with kosher certificate. Yeah. So benefit of NTS10. Just okay. Yeah. Sorry, some technical issue. So benefit of NTS10. Formulation: natural, plant-based, non-GMO, suitable for palm oil, groundnut, canola, rice bran, mustard, and all types of vegetable oil. Yeah? Temperature acceptance: NTS10 withstand temperature up to 200 degrees without frequent addition. So stability definitely up to 200 degrees Celsius. That's the keynotes. Then it reduced substantially on the oil splatter, oil smoking as well. And these brackets are the key highlight. Yeah. So it delays the oil color change for an extra 1 to 2 days. So let's say now you are doing some deep fat frying, and then your oil, the frying oil is changed probably once per day. Then you can try it out this product. Maybe you can add another 1 day. You can delay 1 day in changing your frying oil. Basically, is the effect of the NTS10 that it slow down the quality deterioration of the frying oil. So in a way that we call it the frying oil shelf life extender. And then for the sensory color, fried food looks brighter and more appealing. For the color or visual one, it depends on product. Not all product you may see a very obvious difference. Yeah. And for the taste wise, result in crispier chips and wafer, improved crunch of fries neck. Yeah. So we will explain more how does it achieve. Yeah. Product oil absorption, it reduces oil absorption of fried products by 1 to 2%. Then shelf life enhancement, increase fry product shelf life by 3 times or more when stored in proper condition. And one of the most important one is the production increase. This is the production or the capacity optimization. It results in 20 to 30% extra production volume if you use NTS10 in your product. And also 1 to 2 extra day receive a frying unit using NTS10. Yeah. So some of you may already know the basic about this product. Yeah. So for the same batch of oil, if with NTS10 added, probably you can fry 20 to 30% more volume of products, yeah, as the quality deteriorate slower. All right. So next. And we cover the ingredients inside NTS10 and then some highlight. Now we talk about the application and dosage. Well, the recommended dosage is 0.1%, which is 1 gram of NTS10 in 1 kilogram of oil. Yeah? And for the direction for use, you just take the required amount of the NTS10. Thermal stabilizer is the another nickname. And then you just quadruple amount of respective vegetable oil in which thermal stabilizer has to be used and mix them at 30 degrees Celsius, which for room temperature is fine. Add remaining oil to achieve required dosage of thermal stabilizer. For example, to achieve 1000 ppm dosage in 1 kg of oil, just take 1 gram, add 4 gram respective oil, and mix them well at 30 degrees. This is one way to do it. And then you just top out remaining 995 gram of oil. This is one of the options. Another very simple one. If you are using this kind of tin can, usually 15 to 17 kg per tin of the vegetable oil. So you just measure the required dosage of NTS10 and just pour into the tin, and then you mix well. Just shake it for a while and then make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Then you just pour it into the frying, frying machine. Then you can start using it. Step-by-step guide. So as mentioned, this one they use 15 gram of bottle, but I believe that in Malaysia most of our tin can comes with 17 kg. So and the dosage is 1 gram of NTS10 per kg of oil, yeah, vegetable oil. So if this is 17 kg, then you just add 17 gram of NTS10. You just pour inside and then just roughly mix it, and it will dissolve. It will mix well, yeah. So mix. Add 15 gram, here is 15 gram, then mix oil well in the tin, then use oil for frying, store on a cool dry place. Yeah. So you can actually mix it and then you put it for a while before you start using. It's just a natural antioxidant or to stabilize the oil, just like other synthetic antioxidant. Keep away from direct sunlight and heat. Yeah. So even if you have a different, let's say you are fast food or you are chain store, you have different store, then this way of adding the NTS10 is also easier to control. Let's say you explain to your staff, whenever they open a tin, then they just pour in 17 gram and then they just shake it, mix it, and then they can start using. Yeah, so basically that's it for the dosage and how you apply. Yeah. Pretty simple, straightforward. So we'll talk about the basic ingredient, the basic info about NTS10, then how to use it. Now we'll talk about a little bit technical, and I would need your attention on this part. Yeah. So background on deep frying. Basically, we try to let you understand more on what is happening during the deep frying and how does NTS10 play a part in it. So these are the common three problems encountered during deep fat frying, which is the thermal degradation, oxidative degradation, hydrolytic degradation. Yeah. So just briefly, for thermal degradation means during heating, there will be some chemical reaction happening between the oil and also the food being fried. Yeah. Let's say you have the fried chicken, fries, or any products. Yeah. So when it's put inside, then thermal degradation will happen. Whereby for the oxidative degradation means because usually deep fry frying it involves heavily on the lipid oxidation, the fat oxidation, and then this is also one of the major reaction that will happens continuously when we are doing the frying. Yeah. Of course, hydrolytic degradation. Hydrolytic means water. Yeah, water presence of water will also cause reaction during deep fat frying. Yeah, because each ingredient, let's say we have a fried chicken and then the batter of the fries. Yeah, basically any food that will comes with water, and this water present will also, when you submerge the food into the frying oil, then this will take place. Yeah, basically these are the three reactions. And we take a scenario, an example of scenario using potato chips. Yeah. So this is a deep frying study, and we use some diagrams so that it's easier, some animation, a basic one, so that it's easier for you to understand. Sliced potato were added in when the oil reached 180 degrees Celsius and fried until cooked, and the initial TPC of oils are measured. Yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar, TPC means total polar compound. And then this is the equipment we call the tester. Basically, you dip it in the oil and then it will show a number like this, 17.5 something. This is the TPC measurement. If you are doing industrial fryer, probably you heard of this. But if you are small, medium enterprise, normally it might not use TPC, but today we're just sharing you this info. And so total polar compound for initial, the number is 17. Yeah. So as we continue frying the TPC, the total polar compound, the value will increase. Yeah, until certain points that internationally standard, it cannot be used. Yeah. So for initial 17.5 is pretty normal. Then we also measure the control oil, and this is the one with the Presol, which is the NTS10. So initial oil level is 3.53 kg for both. Yeah. And just share a little bit. Actually, to evaluate the quality of the frying oil, there are different parameters. We have the free fatty acid, the peroxide value, and then a couple of it more. Later we'll share some data. But the most each of the parameters it comes with some pros and cons. Means sometimes it may not be that accurate. Then only TPC is commonly used because it is the most accurate one, and TPC means total polar, and it covers all of the polar compound or the chemicals produced during frying inside the oil. So this is the arguably the most accurate one. Okay, so continue. Yeah. So beginning, we'll start frying. So during frying, the oil level reduced due to absorption by the substrate. The substrate here, which is the potato. Yeah. Then the three chemical reaction that mentioned is happening throughout the frying process, yeah, which is the thermal decomposition, oxidation, and hydrolysis. So moving on, we can see the oil level actually is different. For the control one, probably it will absorb more oil compared to the one with the NTS10 being added in. Yeah. So at the end of the frying, right? They continue to fry different batches, and then they measure the TPC of the oil. Yeah. So the TPC threshold actually is 27, but I believe maybe in the world that commonly accepted TPC number is 25, means initial 17.5. When it increased to 25, then usually the oil has to stop being used to continue frying. Yeah. So after frying 7.5 kg of potatoes, in the control, the TPC reached 30, which is not acceptable. Means there's a lot of foreign particles or a lot of the byproducts formed from the three chemical reaction that we mentioned, the thermal, the hydrolytic, and also the oxidation. All these three produce some byproduct, and these byproducts are polar compounds, and then it changes the quality of oil, and then it contributes an increase in number. Yeah. So TPC 30 definitely no, we have to stop. And then also we notice the final oils is left only 2.01 kg, whereby for the one with NTS10 added, right, the TPC number is still like 17.2, which is pretty healthy. And then the oil being inside the tank is still like 2.41 kg, which is higher than the control. It means that actually the absorption rate of the oil in the control is higher by the potato, and then less oil absorption by the NTS10 added control oil. Yeah? And then why? The question is why. And then before that, this is a test conducted by in-house test by manufacturer. So I guess the actual may vary from each customer when they try the products. Yeah, because each substrate that you fry, let's say you are frying chicken products, fries, fish, or different substrate, the water content is different, and this also affect the TPC, the rise of TPC value, and then also the chemical reaction happening in the deep frying process. Yeah. So this is just a guideline. It may not be same. You may not result in the same additional output based on this. This is just an overview for you to understand. Yeah. So in the finding of this result, right? For the control oil, it fries 7.5 kg total of chips, and then the TPC value above the 27, so that stop for the batch for that batch of oil. But for the same amount of oil with the NTS10 added in, it can fry up to more than 70 batches, which is 11 kilo of the chips with the same amount of oil. This is the finding because of the TPC value only reaches the threshold, the allowed limit at the 70 or after frying 11 kg for the NTS10. So in a way that this is very, the concept behind this study is that NTS10 allowed you to fry more products with the same batch of oil by delaying the TPC value increase. Okay, I hope everyone is following. Yeah? So do take note, a reminder, the actual result will vary from each customer. Yeah. So we talk about the result, the study, and then obviously we saw a difference. And then now I will explain what is the differences, what are the reason or what are the explanation behind the differences. Yeah. So now I would need your help to pay attention. So the increase in polar compounds reduces the interfacial tension between the substrate and the oil. Polar likes polar. So polar compound contribute to TPC number. Yeah? So the higher TPC number means there's more polar compounds from the oil, inside the oil. And when there is more polar compound, it reduces the interfacial tension. Yeah? As interfacial tension decrease the oil intake by the substrate, and then it increase, means that if interfacial tension decrease, the oil intake will increase. While using NTS10, Presol NTS10, the interfacial tension reduces slowly, and hence oil intake is substantially reduced. You can see the diagram. For the control, the interfacial tension is low, means the oil absorbed is higher. For the one with the NTS10 added in, the interfacial tension is high, and then the oil absorption is lower. I have a next slide, and then it will be easier for you to understand. Yeah. If you are confused, you can pay attention in this part. So we can treat interfacial tension as a barrier. Yeah? If the barrier is low, interfacial tension is low, weaker barrier means higher oil absorb. Each piece of the substrate, let's say is the fried chicken or the potato, that comes with an interfacial tension, which comes with a barrier. When the barrier is weak, means the oil will transfer inside or absorbed by the potato more. But if you have a strong barrier, means it will give a lower oil absorption. So easier. Weak barrier, high absorption, oil. Strong barrier, low oil absorption. So this is the key. And NTS10, as mentioned here, remember this, NTS10 is slow down the interfacial tension reduction. Of course, over time, the barrier, the interfacial tension, it will reduce, but the key is we slow down it. We slow down it by reducing the polar compound being generated, TPC. Yeah? So basically, this is the whole science, the main reason behind how our products work. And of course, if each substrate it absorb lesser oil, and then the oil being used will be optimized, and you will have more oil. And then also, when the substrate absorb lesser oil, it will give a crispier texture. So in the earlier slide, in the highlight that it says the product may have a crispier texture. This is the main reason behind. Probably you experience a 1 to 2% of oil reduction or lesser oil being absorbed compared to the control. And also lesser oil being absorbed means that the risk, the possibility of, I would say the chance of the lipid oxidation may be lower in your product fried in the vegetable oil with NTS10 added in. Yeah? So just take note on this part, which is very important. We have talked about the mechanism, we talked about the products, and then we talked about the science behind. I hope it's not too confusing. I'll try to make it simple, but if you have any question, you can always ask us. Then here we will show you some of the result study carried out by suppliers and also from the clients. Yeah. So NTS10, as mentioned, total polar compound is a TPC, and then we have other parameters, FFA, free fatty acid, and peroxide value, and so on and so forth. But we will only focus on TPC. So this is another test. They heat up the oil, and then they regularly they measure the TPC value of the oil. In this test, there's 4 different recipe. Number 1 is a control PO. PO means palm oil, just palm oil without any antioxidant. Then we have the PO plus TPHQ, synthetic antioxidant. Then we have the specialty palm oil. This is probably a blend of the mixed tocopherol or other antioxidant. And then also NTS10, which is our product here. Before we analyze the result, actually, I just want to highlight, if you're frying oil, you are using synthetic antioxidant like TPHQ and so on, actually the products is more, synthetic antioxidant is more helpful when it's at room temperature, means during the storage of your vegetable oil. But if during heating, right, after some time, most of the synthetic antioxidant, it will break off. It basically does not help much during the frying. Yeah. So come back to the result, we'll explain a little bit. For the control oil, every hours, all 4 recipe, right, every hour they measure the TPC. And then for the control oil, it reached 20 TPC at the 8 hours. Yeah. Means you heat up the oil and then you fry from at the 200 degrees Celsius every hour. On the 8 hour, it already reaches 20. For this test, they aim as to stop using the frying oil at TPC 20. Then next we have TPHQ, continue heating, and then until the 11 hours, it reached 20, exceed 20, so they stop using the oil. And we are referring to the same amount of oil. And specialty palm oil, at the 16 hours, it stopped when it reached 20. Whereby for NTS10, all the way until 19 hours, exceeded 19 hours, that it reaches 21. So it reached the 20th hours of frying. So in a way that you can see this very obvious that the TPC value increase is much lower in the palm oil with NTS10 added in. So if this is applied in your frying oil, so you can continue fry, whereby compare with the control So at the 8 hours, you have to stop using this oil. Probably you have to top up additional oils, or you have to replace the oil, which you have to cost higher, and it is not being optimized. Yeah, whereby for here at the 28 hours, you only stop. You use much longer for the same batch of oil. So take home message always is the TPC value. When the TPC value increase as you fry, then you have slowly, when it reaches 20, you have to stop. And then FFA, PV, all this value we will not go through in detail in this session, because as I mentioned, this is more scientific, and then each parameter, it comes with some advantage and disadvantage, and also some may not be that accurate. Yeah, TPC is always the standard. And then this is another graph to illustrate. For the control one, at the 8 hours, it's already reached the threshold, which is this red line. And then for our NTS10, the yellow one, all the way on the 28 hours, already shown in the table just now. This is another way to illustrate. Then we'll talk a little bit on the some testing feedback from the actual customer. This is a deep fried chicken. This is from India. They call it the brand name chicken. Not much study on local Malaysia customer feedback, because this product considered quite new, and then most of our customer is still in the testing stage, but we are happy to share more info. If you need it, you just let us know. Once we have the ongoing, we have any new info, we're happy to share. Yeah, so they use control palm oil and then Presol NTS10. Yeah, unfortunately, here they only check yeah, for the frying trial result, only they compare with the Presol with the control. They never try the other synthetic antioxidant. Otherwise, it will be more complete comparison. Yeah. Then TPC measured at 50 degrees Celsius. So on day 5, this one, the TPC value already 23, whereby for the NTS10 added on the day 7, it only reaches 21. Okay, so you can see additional 2 days here. And these are other parameters: acid value, P-N-acetylene value, peroxide, and Totox value. All these are also the parameters used to determine the quality of the fried products here. But we only talk about TPC mainly. Unless the test, it never conduct a TPC test, then probably we will pick one of the tests to highlight to you. Yeah. And then another things to share is the P-N-acetylene value, just quickly. Yeah. The higher the value means the result may not be that desired. So you can see probably on day 5 here is 30, but here day 7 is 38. But P-N-acetylene is not that accurate, because this is measure the color, the intensity of the products here. And then if the products have a slightly darker or brown color, it will affect the efficacy of the test. This is a way to show you. So always go for TPC if you can. Others parameter may not be that accurate. So we have here 23 day 5 versus 21 day 7. Yeah. Then we talk about fried chicken. We have also the performance on the chips and snack. Again, different parameters. Only we focus on the TPC. Yeah. So frying time for the control at 9 hours, it reaches the TPC at 17.5. So the customer actually they stop using the oil in this frying. And then for the NTS10 added on the 12 hours, only it reaches 16.5. Yeah. There's a difference of about 3 hours of frying. So definitely, again, if you add this in, you can fry more. And then parameters, total quantity of oil used, they even measure it, 3 tons, and then 3 tons, yeah, same amount. But total quantity of product fried is 10 tons, whereby for the NTS10 added, it can fry 13 tons of the product with the same amount of oil, 3 tons extra. Total frying hours 9, and then this one is 12. And the maximum TPC already explained, already shown above. So this is the one, very obvious. With and without addition of NTS10, you can fry more products. Yeah. So if you are very new to this product and you haven't tried our sample yet, do come to us. You can email or call us, then we can provide you some sample to do the testing. Yeah. So this is chips and snack. Then also we have a study on the Muruku snack on the sensory comparison. Yeah. Again, control oil, palm oil, and then also the one with NTS10 added in. So the packing, storage, this is normal plastic wrap. This is after fry the product. After storage, then they evaluate the difference in terms of the quality of Muruku. Yeah. So storage at room temperature. Shelf life received 15 days for the control and 45 days plus for the one with NTS10 added in. Smell, slight off odor on the 15-day. Probably this is caused by the fat oxidation or the rancidity, lipid oxidation, whereby there's no smell on the one with NTS10 added. Yeah. Taste, also rancid taste on 15-day and no change in taste, whereby for this product particularly there's not much difference in terms of the visual or the color difference. Yeah, but there is reported there was differences in terms of smell and taste, and of course the shelf life. Yeah. And for this study, this is done by the customer, yeah, and they never measure the TPC, so we'll just pick the PAV, the PNACD as a comparison for you to see. Yeah. On day 1 to day 20, so this is the Muruku being fried, the PNACD value increase. Yeah. 9 to 29 and 6 to 14. Yeah. Obviously, NTS10 added in the PNACD value at 20th days is lower. Yeah. And then the PNACD and PAV determines how much reactive aldehydes and ketones in the lipid portion of the sample. Yeah. And this produce strong objectionable flavors and odor at relatively low level. But also, as mentioned earlier, PAV may not be accurate if the product color is a little bit brown or darker in color, because this value, the measurement relies on a colorimeter. It measures the color intensity. We only use this because TPC is not measured in this test. Yeah, and just give you an idea to differentiate the differences. Yeah. Then also the quality of oil, the visual is being captured and recorded. After 8 hours of frying, the control, you can see there's some dark sediments, and then Presol NTS10 is much clearer or not obvious sedimentation. Yeah. Then even after 12 hours, you can see the black spot or the black sediments is not present. Yeah. So on the 8 hours, we already stopped the control and then continue with the NTS10 at 12 hours. And then we take the oil to keep as a sample. So this is just a brief comparison of the performance, yeah, NTS10 versus other synthetic antioxidant. Yeah. Frequency of addition, 1 time only before frying begins. This is the recommended one, as earlier mentioned. When you have your frying oil in the tin can or the bigger containers, always measure the dosage, 0.1 dosage, and then you add in before you start frying. And so if the TPC value reaches the standard, and then you have to stop or you change or top up oil, then every time before you top up oil, you add in the NTS10. So just one step before you start frying, very simple. And quantity added 1 gram per kg. Then there's other synthetic antioxidant like TBHQ, BHT, anti-foaming agent to reduce the foam, and so on. Probably every few hours you have to add in this, and then the dosage may vary, maybe 1 gram, then 0.2 gram per 1 kilo oil to be added at least 4 to 5 times during frying. Yeah. Different products have different addition, but it may result in your team to do extra work. But for the NTS10, basically just one step, you cover everything. Yeah. So then we have the targeted application and suggestion. So NTS10 definitely can fit into a fast food QSR, and then the edible oil refineries, instant noodle manufacturer, potato chips, fries, snack, breadcrumb manufacturer, everything involved frying, you can use NTS10. Yeah. So I guess I have covered the today's session rather quickly. Then now is the FAQ and Q&A session. If you have any question now, please post it in the chat box while I go through the FAQ. Yeah, then I will attend to any question that you have. If you feel like you are not asking here in the public, you can email to me. We can attend to you as soon as you can. Yeah? So number 1, what types of oil can be used in NTS10? Most vegetable oil is suitable, like palm oil, rice bran, sunflower, soybean, and etc. And then how to declare on the labeling if you use NTS10. Yeah? If you're a fried food manufacturer, it is advised to use the below E number, which is rosemary extract, mixed tocopherol and lecithin. So if you are doing export or to higher premium market to other countries, right? We have NTS10, another version we call NTS12, which is free from rosemary extract. Yeah, because certain country they have concern on the rosemary, but the performance for the another grade is equivalent to NTS10, yeah, just without the rosemary extract. While for most of the chain store or the deep fry food manufacturer for local market, you can use this NTS10. Not much issue on that. Then how stable is NTS10? Already mentioned, it is stable up to 200 degrees Celsius of the temperature. Yeah? And this is the commonly asked question. Will NTS10 changes the color and taste of the fried products? No. The answer is no. If you follow the recommended dosage, which is 0.1%, 1 gram per 1 kg of the vegetable oil, there will be no changes on the sensory, which is the color or the taste of the original products or even the oil. Yeah? What is the shelf life NTS10 and available packaging size? The shelf life is 1 year from manufacturing date in original closed container. And then currently this item is available in 1 kg, 5 kg, and 10 kg. Yeah? And is halal certified and then kosher certified. So no issue on that for the local market. Yeah. Another take-home message, why buy from us? We are all our ingredients are halal certified, and then we have strong network and approved supplier and business partner worldwide. All the suppliers or principal that we engage with, we are not just selling you a product. If you have any question, you face any difficulties, we are here to help. Yeah, as mentioned here, we provide technical support and after sales service in guiding you for your product development or formula advices. And also we are available on Lazada and Shopee for the smaller packing. Let's say some customer, they're trying a new ingredient, they want to do a small trial or some sampling, you can also come to us or via our Lazada and Shopee. Yeah?